Morning. Here we go again, 9:40, and we're going to try to get this puppy flowing here, man. So, yesterday I worked on getting all the code in place to start saving my logic, saving my plays that I'm creating. Um, and so far, I think it's in pretty good shape. I haven't actually tested it. I haven't put it in a save play button yet, which is probably the next thing. And I also have to add a filter to my actions, so keeps them where they're supposed to be. I only have the actions that are pertaining to the type of play that we're filtering. I believe I have them. Let's see, if I go to my playbook, and I go to my data, seed data. And, oh yeah, I got to change my formations a little bit too. Okay, so I increased the size of my grids. The reason for that is I actually want to have a little bit more space and a little bit more precision for route setting. At least that's my theory. So I'm gonna go with a little bit. You can see they're pretty tight right now, which is fine for what I want. I like that my 5 offensive linemen are now within the center zone, and also my tight ends are on the outside. I just need a little bit more space. Like I believe that this is supposed to be relative to the actual size of a field. Players are usually not side by side, they're at least a couple yards apart. So what I did is I broke it down to where it's about 20, it's 2.5 yards per person is kind of what I went with. It's actually slightly less than that. So a person's personal space is like, I don't know, 2 point something yards. The idea there is that that's about where you take up, right? Your area. And then when you have somebody who's right next to you, they're not right next to you. They're not like bumping your shoulder, except for on the offensive line, which is probably about right. They are typically shoulder to shoulder. But otherwise, if they're offset from you, they're at least a yard off, a little bit off. So I wanted to have that little bit of play. And they're usually quite a few yards, even 2.5 to 3, 4, 5 yards off. I think it's reasonable to say there's at least 2 spaces between the first receiver and whoever's out there. So wide receiver one, if there's only 2 receivers, like if you have 2 receivers on one side. So like if I click on here, I've got my various formations. These are my offensive formations. So if I also look at the I formation, you can see I have 1 and 1. Now, I'm not sure that this is actually okay. I think these are broken. I think with wide receivers, if you only have 1, these guys all have to be on the line. He can't be off the line. So I think wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2, who are out in good positions right here. Like if I clicked on this, what does it look like here? Yeah, they're actually not totally bad position. So I think with the center there, I would probably push my fullback back a spot. So we'll go -3 here. And then we'll push him back to -5. Really all that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be about right there in the middle of the field. It'll give him a little bit more space. Plus, I think when a center is down, he's probably taken up more than his space, right? Because he's no longer, he's like it's his full length of his back, which is a solid 2.5 yards. So you might actually be, I don't know how far back the quarterback is, but they're pretty toasty, pretty cozy at that moment. And so what I could do is, I'm thinking I might actually decrease this down to maybe a 30-yard lead instead of a 40-yard lead, and add some vertical space, which will allow for things to be a little bit more spaced out back to front, which would probably be a better field location anyway, because anything over 20 yards starts to run into the big play zone anyway. So yeah, I don't think I need a play that goes beyond 20 yards. And if these are all going to be 20-yard gaps, now I thought about having these only be 2.5, and this would be 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's actually not bad. 5, 10, 15, 20. That actually could work. But if I do that, my lines don't make any sense. It's like, who puts lines at 2.5? So I could do that. That'd be 5. That's only 10 yards back, which is reasonable, I suppose. You're not going to do too many things that go more than 10 yards behind you. That will really provide a lot of space. I could change it, and it wouldn't change much for the sake of my positioning of my players, because I still want them using about the same relative space. I don't believe any formations go back farther than 10 yards. A kicker only kicks from 7, so he's probably only a few yards back of the kick, right? 2 or 3 yards. They kind of come off from an angle, but I mean, that's 9 feet. That's a good chunk of distance. You only walk up like 2 steps before they kick, maybe 3. But anyway, I'm still putting in a little bit of space here. So how I give space to them on the field is the question for later. Wide receiver 1 has to still be on the same spot, so we're not going to put him at 0 here. But what I might do is take him out to a 6 here. That'll center him a little better in the area. And then we got to go to formation, or shotgun spread, I guess is that one. Now that's not too bad, but again, we need everybody to move out 1 space. I might even have the wide receiver 1 and 2 go a little further out, so we might go to like 7 here. And then 3 and 4 will only go 1 space out. And sitting back 1 should be about perfect. I don't mind the shotgun position. Right now, shotgun would be giving away, that's a pretty far back distance. It's at least 6 or 7 yards. I don't know how far back a shotgun usually is. I think it's probably close to 5 yards. It's a pretty long snap, though. 15 feet? They may only be back about... Honestly, I don't know. Let's see. What is the typical... What is the typical for these guys? When in shotgun formation, how far back does the QB generally stand at the center? It is 5 to 7 yards. That's actually quite a ways. So, yeah. So, I didn't think it was 7 yards. Oh, that's a long way. So this is actually a reasonable indicator. You know, I didn't even realize that my mouse probably doesn't. Oh, it does show up on there. Okay. I didn't know it showed up on there. All right. So, So 5 to 7 yards, that's reasonable. Let's put that there. So I think we're good with those adjustments. Don't need to adjust anything else. Let's go check out the next formation, single back. Same thing with a single back. I'm going to go ahead and push the receivers out another space. Send them out to at least a 6. It might even be more. I mean, with the tight end sitting there, let's go ahead and push them out to a 7. I think I'm feeling like 7 is probably the more standard distance. They are pretty far out. That's what they do. Tight ends are usually sitting right where they are, right up. They're in a position to potentially. Now I don't know if they sit back. They may actually be back. Let's ask another. Let's go and do the same thing on here. Do tight ends line up on the line or slightly back on the line? And what about a dual? What about when 2 tight ends line up on the same side? Huh. Okay, so they're either going to one's going to either be back or they're going to be staggered. Or I mean, they're either going to both be on the line or staggered. So a dual tight end set, or what does it call it? A tight end stack. That's interesting. So they're usually on the line, but they can also be off the line. So it's not a. I guess it could be either. They can either be a yard back or on the line. It's not a. It's not a fixed position. I wasn't sure if there was a legality reason. It sounds like it doesn't matter. So I could play with that however I want to. I think I'm going to put these guys back one. Let's have some fun with it. We're going to put them both back -1, just to kind of give them a feel that they're. Maybe I'll do other guys right on the line just for fun too. So we adjusted both of those. All right, let's go look at another one. We got the pistol formation, which I never even heard of it. I never heard of anything called the pistol formation. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means I never heard of it. So 1 and 2, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put him back 7. We'll put him at 5. This guy should probably be back 1. And this receiver, who's all the way over there by himself, should be at 7 as well, but I think he has to be on the line. I don't know. What is the rule in the NFL as far as receivers lining up on or off the line? In the NFL, the rule for receivers lining up on are essential to both strategies. Here's a breakdown. Eligible receiver. Only certain players can be eligible for. Well, I know that. Player numbers, not motion restrictions. Players lined up on the line of scrimmage cannot go in motion. Once they have set. Oh, once they have set. except for a shift where the entire offense resets before the snap. Off the line of scrimmage. Backfield positions. Players who are not on the line of scrimmage are considered to be in the backfield. Typically, this includes running backs, fullbacks, and additional wide receivers. Motion allowed. Players in the backfield are allowed to go in motion as long as they do so parallel to or away from the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped. Eligibility. Only a certain number of players can be off the line of scrimmage, and the offense must have exactly 11 players on the field, so the rest must be on the line. Oh, okay. What is the... only certain players can be eligible, for example. One player, double coverage. One player on the line of scrimmage. When two receivers line up on the same side, one will be on the line of scrimmage and the other will be off to maintain the eligible receiver status. The player off the line often has more flexibility in going in motion. Okay. So if you have guys on the same side, one guy is usually off the line. It's usually the inside guy. But I guess it could probably be the other way. There's a lot of formation sets. There's a lot of stuff. And I didn't realize it was that flexible, but I actually thought you had more rules and restrictions as far as how they line up. It sounds like it's pretty much your option. But a certain number of guys, what do they say, a certain number? One player on the line of scrimmage, motion allowed, backfield positioning. Yeah, what is how many players can be off the line of scrimmage to maintain the goal? Aha! So you must have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. So that's interesting. Okay, so 7. Exactly 7 players lined up in the line of scrimmage at the time of snap. This means that up to 4 players can be off the line of scrimmage. The 7 players on the line typically include 5 and 2 additional players. The 4 players in the back will include. These rules ensure proper alignment. Oh. So no less than 7. There's the thing. There's the magic bullet. It's no more, no less. So what does that mean to this? That means this lineup is illegal. So whatever I have here, this play editor, which I believe is, what was I doing? Is this the pistol formation? Yeah, my pistol formation needs to be fixed. Legally speaking, I have 5, 6, 7, 8 guys on the line. So really what this is probably going to have to be is my wide receiver 1 will be at 7-0, which is fine. My wide receiver 3 will be at 7-0 the other direction. Puts them both on the line. That means my tight end and my other wide receiver have to be off the line. So wide receiver 2 would be 5 and -1. That's fine. I put him back. The tight end will also have to be back. We'll have him sit back. All right. So ultimately, I should not have more than I should have what, 7 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that doesn't work. So one of these guys has to be off. I can't have more than. So I formation. Let's go look at the I formation again. All right, so I don't even have a tight end on here. How can I have 8? Oh. 5. There's only 7 guys even in this position. What? What's going on here? Do I have guys stacked on each other? Because there's only 7 guys to even be on the line. How can I have 8? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 8. How is that even possible? QB, FP, running back. Oh! 1, 2, 3. I think my tackle is standing on top of my tackle. Is that what's going on? Aha. I do. My T is on top of my T. Yeah, we're gonna have to move him out a little farther. We'll push him out to a 3 and put him at -1. I didn't even realize I'm missing a player. What's covered up? That's a problem with using letters if they end up in the same spot. Okay, good thing I checked that. All right, so we're gonna go over. Let's see. He's got that one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we got 7 on the line there. Single back. Let's go look at single back. Let's make sure I did single back correctly. Again, no more, no less than 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh? All right. And then that's not an offensive formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, all right. Empty set. Let's go look at the empty set. Empty set's gonna put a lot of guys on the line, so let's make sure I have that one right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got too many guys on the line. So empty set, though, I do have to push these outside guys. Again, I'm picking anybody who's at 5 is going to go to 7. Wide receiver 3s and 4s are going to be at 5. And that means my tight end here is going to have to be at -1. Oops, -1. And then that should give us what we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And lastly, we have our full house. Full house. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we got the right number on the line. You can't have more or no less. So these guys both have to line up. We're going to take them both out to a 7, though. And that should be it. Actually, I don't think that's too bad. I think I'm good with the positioning of guys. Yeah, I'll go with that. It'll be emphasized when I change the dimensions of my field here. Yeah. Okay. So I got a better seed. Should be good there. Hopefully the translation will be nice. Now I got to add a formation or a play action filter. So we're going to go down to what's the I feel like there's, is that not red? I guess that's kind of a pink. It's when things turn red. I don't know, simulator's broken and coach is probably broken too. Where's coach? Actually, coach is not broken. How's coach not broken? Huh. Simulator's broken. For surezies. Yeah, that one's. Yeah, I said for surezies. I said it. Playbook looks like it's got a problem. What's Playbook's problem? Funk. Package found. Expected. Oh wait. Oh, I didn't put in my package. Duh, don't want that. It should probably be playbookstore.go. But, yeah. Because if it's taking the stuff out of store... Oh, you know what it is? I don't think there is a... There's nothing... Playbook doesn't need anything. Register play routes, get all plays. I think this has all that. Register play routes, get all... Yeah, Playbook... I'm getting rid of playbook.go right now. I want it, but I think ultimately... Oops. This doesn't need to have anything right now. I don't have any use for it right now. I mean, I will have a use for it, but... Oh, this guy's got all kinds of problems. What's his problem? Oh, you know what? It could be that I haven't done a make gen on the proto. It might be complaining about that. Let's go to my common here. We'll go to... terminal. Get bash. I'm gonna go cd common and wait, what? Oh, we're not even in the that'll help correct some stuff. All right, so we're no longer weird, and that turns yellow instead. Okay, so yellow's okay. That one of these means like it's not compiled. I don't know what all the states are, but I know they're not all bad. Red is like it's broken. It's got something flawed. One of these means I think it's checked out or edited. One of them might mean that it's new, but these aren't new. No, green means it's new. I don't really know what the rest of it is. Maybe it's not compiled yet. I don't know. I'd have to. It is telling me something. Each one of those tells me something. I don't know if that's what the letter means. Maybe that's what the letter is telling me. Oh, no, because see, there's a dot on that one. It's different color, but it doesn't show me what it is. Contains emphasized items. Contains emphasized items. It's modified. The M means modified, and this is what? Untracked, which means it's not checked in. It's new. So modified, not checked in. This guy's one problem. So this one does have a problem, and it's untracked. So it's got double problems. I don't know what the problem is. It doesn't do anything. That's the problem. I'm gonna use it. There's no doubt about it. I got to do all my playbook specific items like load all plays or get plays by user. Fetch user playbook or something. See, the playbook is going to like I need to have a get playbook by user, and then I can load. The playbook will have. Do I have a store that has the playbook in it? The playbook has plays, right? I do have a playbook in here, right? Yeah, there it is, playbook, and then the plays, and then it goes by user ID. Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking I want to have. Okay, so playbooks need to be attached to a person, right? I mean, makes sense, but I need to have a default playbook. And so if I have user ID as required, if I make user ID as required, okay, either have to have. I'm gonna have to have a default. The thing is, maybe I don't have a default playbook because a default game plan, yes, but a default playbook, a, a default playbook would be. Thing is, everybody needs to be able to have a playbook. I can't limit people to just. So I'm gonna have to create some basic plays like a run, a pass, a kick, field goal, kick off. Kick off, field goal, 2 point, basic stuff. The basic plays for everything. You get these 5 plays or whatever it is. Generic, they don't do a lot. There's nothing too fancy about them. They're the ones I'll use for a lot of my mechanical or simulation identification or base functionality. And then, so yeah, I do need a base playbook. What I'm thinking though, yeah, maybe I will have user ID. Maybe I'll just create a very simple user ID, like um, that does that is the most basic of basic everything, and everything that's attached to that user, like that game plan, that whatever, that will be the default for every player that comes in. Everybody gets Joe Basics game plan, everything. They just have the bare minimum functionality. That's what I'm thinking. And Joe Basic will get tweaks and whatever along the way, but ultimately, um, beyond that, you have to upgrade and pull in your own stuff. So we'll have to have like a Joe Basic everything. And I have to do it where it becomes a script because I have to preload Joe Basic's item. So I'll have to do an output where I save whatever I create here for Joe Basic. And then Joe Basic will upload just like I'm doing with the formations and the route actions and all that stuff. That's what it's going to have to be. All right, I got to step away for a moment. I will be back in just a few minutes. All right, had to deal with some issues here, but I think we're good now. One, I just got a notice. I didn't deal with this. I just got a notice from my phone. Apparently, my stove needs to be cleaned. We have a LG. I won't call it a smart stove, but it does have an app. So is that Internet of Things thing? And it kind of will send you, I think it's just a general maintenance. So I don't think it's actually knows how dirty the stove is. I think it just says, hey, you've had this app connected for 4 months or whatever. You probably want to clean it. I don't even know if it's been 4 months. Maybe it's 3 months. It's probably like a car. You should change the oil every 3 months. It says, hey, it's been 3 months. You might want to clean your stove. And it's like, I guess we wouldn't know, like, if my wife were to clean it, like, all the time, she doesn't, and I don't. It's hard to know. Is it because it's dirty or because it's? But if you cleaned it all the time and it gives you that notice, you're like, yeah, I already got that. Thanks, thanks for your notification. It's covered, man. I don't know. But anyway, let's see what we can do here. Where was I? So I cleaned up my formations, cleaned up my errors on here. FPFM Go in itself has errors because, well, the simulator's not working yet. Simulator is high on the priority list, but we got to get all the underlying bits and pieces lined up first. Now we are currently running. I know this because obviously I can keep bouncing around in my code here. So we got to go put in a filter. I believe all of my plays have basic play types, base play types. And that means I have got to check the base play type. So let's go back to, let's say, all right, so where do I want to do this at? This is simulator, okay, so. Let's go over to the web, and we've already put this stuff in. We got play editor here. Play editor probably needs to pop up a button here for save play. Save play does not have any handling, but I do have selected position, handle action select. We have the button. We're going to put in another button. I don't know how it did this before. I'm trying to decide where this button's going to go though. Is it going to go under select. Yeah, let's try and put one underneath here. Let's put one under the select. So we got action route. Okay. We're going to say handle save play. And we'll go save play. And ultimately, I'd like to make it a little less. I got a couple of things going on I'm trying to avoid, and one of them is I'm trying to stop with the white backgrounds. It may not be great. I'm trying to wonder if there's a better way to create. Right now I'm just using transparent, which means I use the background of my board. It would be nice. I'm hoping. I don't know if there's a way to. I'm sure there is. Um, to simulate different browsers, like on phones, like a phone browser, mobile layout. There is features and functionality that allow you to make adjustments. Now, I did kind of do that with the front page, where you use the viewport, and the viewport adjusts according to what it is. But there are certain things that are just not going to be mobile friendly. You can't, like, for one, the play editor doesn't even need to be on the mobile, because it's not going to be available on mobile. Sorry, play editor is just not going to be there. It's not what it's designed for. It's not its purpose. You have to go to the web to create a play. If I even allow plays to be created, just saying, it's not guaranteed. That's not even currently on the docket to be available in general, because there's too many things that could be problems. What the heck is this weird symbol? You, that's me? Oh, can I change that? Because that is one ugly. I want to change that. How do I change that? I want to put a better image there. It's me. Select an app to open this mail to link. I can mail to me. That's cool. Well, it just popped up and then it disappeared. I don't know how to get rid of it, but is that a... All right. Let me try something. Let's do it here. I'm going to ask a question here. When I put my mouse over the line, a message pops up telling me who the last person was. Last person that changed that code. There is an icon that pops up on the far left, representing that person. How do I change that icon? When I put my mouse over a line. One thing I'm glad is AI is pretty smart when it comes to figuring out your typos. I should come up with some kind of a product icon. Right now I'm using this football guy. He might be the icon for it. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. Maybe I'll use one of my other guys, but for now, he's probably going to be it for now. Oh, I don't want to change my icon theme. I just want to change. If you want to change the product icon theme, which affects how various icons look. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. You can change the file icon theme using the preference file icon theme command. Oh. You can change the icon for get blame annotations using this. All right, let's see what that. Activate editor. Blame editor template backup and sync settings. Template the blame information setting. Hash and subject. Date args. Time difference. You can change the icon for get blame annotations using the get blame template. right? But where do you change it at? If you want to disable these, I don't want to disable them. I just want to change that icon. If you want to change the product icon theme, which affects how various icons look, got date, email, name, time difference between now and the author date. Huh. Well, maybe you can't change the icon. Takes you to this, it lets you see, but none of those are the icon. You can change the icon for Get Blame annotations. That's this. Email name, first line, commit message. Alternatively, you can change the file icon theme using the preferences file icon theme command. Huh. I'm going off on a I'm going down a rabbit hole. Hey, look, is that a hole in the ground? Let me stick my head. Oh, look, I can get my shoulders in. Yeah, I can get my whole. Hey, look, I can get all the way down here. Hey, there's like a whole space to go down here. Let's keep going. Then you get down there like, how do I get back? I am head first in a bunch of crap. Terminal change icon. Nope. What is that called? What it calls it the Get Blame annotations icon. How do I change the Get Blame annotations icon? Let's see if 4.0 has any better ideas. More specifics is really what I want. Icon. See, there's an icon. But that doesn't... What am I... Install Get Lens extension. Get Lens allows you to customize the appearance of the Get Blame, including icons. So Get Lens? Do I not have Get Lens? I might have Get Lens. Yeah, Get Lens is already here. Which one of these is Get Lens? Get pull, make, manager, Mongo. Get Lens inspect. Get Lens. Let's go here. Integrations. Okay. Open settings, open the settings JSON file by pressing Control plus and then clicking on the blah blah icon in the top right corner to open. All right. Control plus. Oh, it's just making my things magnify. That's not what I want. Open settings. Open the settings JSON by pressing Control plus, and then clicking. Maybe it's Control P. No, that's not it. Wow, Control Plus doesn't do anything useful. Well, what is all that? Huh? What are these people? What? Justin Roberts, who are these people? Who the heck is Justin Roberts and Ad Lovelace and Raymond Tadian and all these people? Keith Dalton. I don't know who these people are. Index.ts. Oh, maybe it's related to the... I have no idea. I'm just going... I'm going to make guesses. I have no idea what they're talking about. So... See, all these people. I have no idea who all these people are. Huh? Is this like a dummy thing? Maybe it's a dummy thing. Pro feature requires GitLens Pro to use privately hosted repos. You only have access to local Pro features on publicly hosted repos. Oh. Oh. Well, why do I have this open then? Close that nonsense. Can I close it? I don't want that. It's like it's just the generic crap thing. Okay. Add the format configuration to customize the Git plane annotations icon. GitLens.currentLine. You can also replace icon with any custom text or emoji to represent the icon. For example, you can use an emoji like this. Oh. Custom text or emoji. This will replace the default icon with a magnifying glass emoji. Oh. So an emoji, what is it? Emoji or custom text? So yeah, I don't need to worry about that. All right, refocus. Come back to us, Ken. Let's bring you back around to where we want to be. All right, so we're in the play editor. I put in a handle save play, which should be good enough for this purpose. And let's see, I gotta save. Oh, I know, I need a filter. Now the filter my action select, I'm not sure the best way to do it. It has to do with something in here. That's the action name, but we need to filter it. So it's going to be action selection here. Select action, or handle action select. Handle action select. Where is it at? Handle action select. Okay, so set routes. Oh no, that's the selection of the action, not the loading of the action. Nope, that's not right. So we need to load it, which is actually going to be related to something else, I think. No, we don't want handle action select. We want selection route action. Map. This might be what's filling it in. So route action types. So we need to add a filter. Let's do something. Let's see if I can figure this out, or at least come close. Let's see how close I am. But I'll probably syntactically be broken. Hello. Nope, sorry. Anne's not here. I don't know. My thing is, I don't use that phone. It's not a real phone. It's my garbage mail phone. But at one point, I had resumes that were using my home line. I'm hoping, I'm still hoping that some way, somehow, I'm actually going to get a call about some job I had that had to use my home line. I don't use it anymore. So all my newest stuff is using my mobile phone. So if they need to call me, they'll call me on that. So I typically just ignore the home line. But alas, I gotta stop using. Stop answering it, Ken. You're dreaming, man. Nobody's calling you for work. Nobody wants you. Whatever. All right. Yeah, we got to put in some if condition here. So what do I have up here? We'll put in if blah, blah, blah. Let's see if this exists. If action dot what was it called? Base play type. Equals so we got the handle click up here. Handle click. Set filter. And is it going to be what? Filter? Yep, it's filter. Equals filter. I thought it was squigglies. Oh, it is squigglies. I don't know why I questioned that. Now, we're going to find out if it breaks. Yeah, I don't know that base plate type exists yet. I'm gonna have to reload some stuff for this to work. I don't think base plate type. I think I just put it in and I haven't actually gotten around to running this to function with it. This is the first time I've attempted to connect the new statuses or the new values. So we're gonna go ahead and reload that. So we gotta go back over, whoops. Go back here and we're gonna go to FPFM, go MS, Control C. And we're just gonna reload all those guys. Let's see if what was that failed to stop nonsense? What did I see? Failed to stop AMG auth service not supported by Windows. Huh. I mean, it is stopping them. It says it shut down and they are restarting. So why am I getting these messages? Care to explain this to me? Oh, is this the wrong one? Yes. Why am I getting these messages when I shut down services? Oh. Okay. I would think that this thing would know what version what I'm working on. The fact that I have to tell it I'm working on Windows, it's really irritating. All right. So I got to go to main.go on everything to fix this. So it's not AMG auth probably doing it. Everything's probably doing the same thing. Actually, it's main.go. Oh, it might be main.go. Or maybe I only have to do it in one spot. Maybe the main.go. All right. Does it tell me what it changed? In this modification, the code checks if the operating system Windows. If it is, it uses the command process kill method. Otherwise, why would I ever be on Unix? I don't know. I don't foresee me working on Unix. I mean, and this stuff is all back-end services, and I can't imagine I'm going to set it up ever on anything other than Windows. It feels like it's redundancy to check, but maybe I should leave it. I don't feel like I have been developing all my code with both in mind. So I don't know. It's kind of like, I'm not sure that that's the best plan. All right. It's all about the shutdown here, right? Stop the services gracefully. Channel to signal shutdown. So it's basically, stop it. Hopefully I can get a more graceful shutdown by doing this. Guess we'll find out how that works. All right, let's see what happens now. That didn't work. Failed to stop game plan service. Terminate process access is denied. It's kind of funny though, it does do this stuff. We are successfully shutting down. Stopping AMG auth. Initiating graceful shutdown place. Stopping playbook server shutdown completed. Game server shutdown. AMG auth server shutdown. And then AMG auth blows up. Main server shutdown. Everything worked except AMG auth. So is AMG auth doing something different? Is AMG auth set up differently? Why is it the only one to get this error when I shut down my services started from FPFM going /main.go? Can see if Claude 3.7 can tell me a little bit more. Okay, we're still having issues. It's kind of like, I wish, again, I'm learning Go. I don't know a lot about it. In fact, I'm kind of taking, I hate to say it, but I'm taking AI's word for it. And yeah, you know, it makes mistakes and then it has to fix its own mistakes. I go, okay, this is a problem. And then it goes, oh, yeah, there's the problem. Wait group to track running services. So it's handling them. It's helped by understanding what is going on. We still have our basic thing where we got our services here that we're going to start handling them as a group, but rather than calling a wait in process, I guess, we're going to deal with them in a bulk. So we're only going to have this wait group, and it's putting together that. So we got wg sync.wait group, and I don't know, I guess it's waiting for the whole thing. Let's see, where is wg being called in this code? wgc add services to wait group. So it's creating an array of all the items to wait for, I guess. And this way it handles the weight for everybody rather than calling it for one at a time, which is probably more effective. This way it's not trying to, based on its explanation, the problem is that it's possibly creating weights that are blocking the processes. Possibly that one that's causing me the errors. And then we have our function, our done. Over here, signal. Now we are using our WG somewhere, so we got to look at where WG is being called. Aha. So it's going to do its normal setup graceful shutdown. Cancel the context. So it's putting the cancel in earlier. And then wait for all the services to finish with a timeout. And then all services stop cleanly. Timeout waiting for services to stop. Yeah, let's try this. I'm a little worried about that timeout thing, but I don't know. I don't like timeouts because they're arbitrary. So you don't really know. Now then it's calling this weight, which is what we're trying to get rid of, these extra weights. And also started and done. So really we're replacing all of this. Alright, let's see what that does. Really, I just don't like getting errors. Even though the errors don't appear to be stopping it from working, they're annoying. I don't like to see errors. It's like it's working but not working. Some things are stopping, some things aren't. And the whole thing about this main.go is just about making my life easier, because right now I've only got 3 services. But when this is done, I'm going to have like 10 or more. And I don't want to be going through and say start 1, start 2, start 3, start. I want to just say start them all. Let's get this system up and running. I wish I could figure out a way to make that not prompt me too. That would be great. All right, so exit status 1, shutdown, 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 playbook exited with error, exit status 1. And then it says they all stopped cleanly. It's not the same errors. We're not getting Windows blocking me. And this is also pretty generic. That's funny. I have AI. Okay, let's say AI is 100 times faster to get you the base code. Especially when you don't know the language you're programming in, right? So as the time it takes me. But it's not 100 times faster. Because there's so many times with me, especially with my knowledge of programming in general, where I'm constantly refactoring code. Because it does one thing, I kind of start understanding how it lays out, and then I'm like, okay, this is not the best way to do this. And I'll say, okay, we need to correct this kind of layout, we need to do this, we need to do that. It refactors. I spend time refactoring, and I could spend several days getting things cleaned up in a better, nicer way to make it look and perform a little bit better. But I'm constantly doing refactoring with it because it's not always the best or the most ideal. And as I get learning more and more, I start realizing, I don't know if I like this or that. And then I start changing it. So I probably lose 30 to 40% of my 100 times faster gains. I still think I'm way ahead of schedule based on what I know. And honestly, if I was developing it myself and learning the code, learning how to code, I'd probably be same thing. I'd still want to refactor it, and refactoring would take me a lot longer. So even the refactoring is faster. And since I don't know, I would just get, when I'm doing it myself, learning, I wouldn't know that there might be 3 ways to do something. A lot of times I just, like with AI, I go, is there a way I could do it with this instead? Because this doesn't look very efficient. And it'll go, oh yeah, you could do this. And I'm like, aha, that's better. Let's do that. You know, or I'll say, no, that's not better. Let's not do that. Our expected behavior when terminating processes. When you forcibly kill process using the method, the process doesn't have a chance to clean up or exit gracefully, so it typically returns a non-zero exit code. Forcefully terminating processes and not something that needs to be fixed. However, if you like to make your logging cleaner, you can modify your code to handle the expected termination cases differently. Yes, if that's what's normal, which makes sense, because we are killing services. And that's good. I don't have a problem with that. But monitor each service in its own Go routine. Monitor each service in its own. This is the normal behavior. If you like to make your logging clearer, you can modify your code to handle these expected termination cases differently. See, it gives me an option that says you could make it be better. And I'm like, better? I like better, but that also means rewriting code. For more elegant solution in the future, you could implement proper signal handling in each of your microservices to enable them to shut down gracefully when they receive termination signals. Okay, I thought I had graceful shutdown set up on my services, to be honest. But it could be that they're not getting the right termination signals. See, they're using a shared well, they're using a shared store.go. How would I edit? The thing is, I have so many services to go. I really want them all to behave correctly. I don't want to be doing 10 services all with a little bit of something that could be better, because then you have to edit 10 services to make it better. How would I edit these services to make them handle this better? I'm going to have to get Simulator to start compiling soon, because I need to get that base data. Right now, my simulator code is still in React. I have it here, but it's not set up to function. So all I did is import it and convert it to Go, but I haven't tested it or run it or anything yet. I haven't called in that data. It's got to pull and push data. It's going to be a lot more handily. Yeah, I guess that's not the right word, but basically it's going to do a lot more of the functionality, and it's going to make the front end dumber, which is good, because now I can have multiple front ends and you just say, here's the data you need to display, and it'll take that data, display it, and its logic will just be take what I got, put it on the screen. thought I had graceful shutdown built in, but I don't see it. And it says put it in main.go. You know, I'm pretty sure I have a graceful shutdown. Let me go look at the database.go and common. I'm going to do a search here. Graceful shutdown. Yeah, see, I don't need this. Go away. So I have main.go trying to do graceful shutdown, and then I have who's this? That's main.go. Well, what is this one? On simulator, which isn't set up. So it's this one. Okay. Share.go is supposed to be providing a graceful shutdown for all my services. Is this something I can implement there to fix what it is currently doing? Just say yes. Yeah, right. File needs improvements to handle graceful shutdowns more effectively. Here are the key issues with the current implementation, which, by the way, was not mine. That's one of the nice things. Whenever it says, you screwed this up, I go, no, I didn't. You screwed this up. But your memory is this big. You don't remember screwing it up. Well, you or one of your brothers, your AI brothers at arms. All right, let's see here. Setup server. So we are in setup server. And I think it worked fine, given that it was doing it the way it was doing it. But now it's doing it differently. So I totally disabled readiness handler. Readiness handler doesn't even do anything anymore. It just sits there. That turned into a big headache. I'm telling you, man, that readiness handler was a nightmare. I went down a major rabbit hole trying to get that working. I said, screw it, it's doing more damage than it's making my life harder. And my life is hard enough. I don't need it to be any harder. Alright, let's try this again. I still don't like that it says all services started successfully, and we haven't even started them yet. Now we've started them. All right. Now we're going to go Control-C. Oh, we still got the exit status thing. You lamos. Hmm. Didn't work. Still getting exit status 1 for all services. Come on, give me a better answer. Give me a better answer, my friend. Pre-build the services instead of using Go Run. So it might be related to how Go Run works. It creates multiple processes, which complicates signal handling. Try building the services first and then running the executables. Really? It's possible that I have not built in a while. They are built, mind you, but I don't build them as often as I should. So let's go CD. Oh, you can actually add it to the build? It's getting too complex. I may not want to do all this. I don't mind adding the build, because I like the idea of it building them. Run the compiled executable. Which try building the services first and then running the executables. Running the compiled executable. Could create a file in a shared location. Huh, that's an interesting thought. Number 3 there, instead of relying on solely a process signals, you could implement a coordination. You know, ultimately you're looking for a graceful, clean way to do stuff. The main process could create a shutdown file. Services would periodically check for this file, and if they don't see it, it goes away. Except the exit code 1 is normal. If the services are otherwise shutting down cleanly, closing connections, etc., you might simply accept that an exit status 1 is normal for processes terminated in this way. Which I actually don't think it's that bad. It is normal. It is the way it goes. I do like the pre-building. If pre-building is the solution, that might be good, because I kind of like that. I like options 1 and 5. Where do I put? Because I like the idea of it building the XEs first. It takes a little longer, but not that much, and the XEs, just having clean XEs whenever, just seems like a better plan anyway. Because it just says put this in. And I'm like, okay, but do I put it in main.go of the master, or do I put it in main.go of each of the individual services? I mean, where do I put this pre-build logic? Oh, in main.go of the root. Okay. All right, so we're going to put, like I said, determine executable name based on OS. We're going to go over here again. I like it when it's in the main.go, actually, because it means it's a one location fix. We're going to do that. Everything stays the same. Oh, they're doing here the build output directory. Make dir all build dir. Oh, that's actually putting all the XEs in a single folder, in the build folder. Do I want that? Because right now each one of them has their own XE. That means I end up with 2 XEs. I don't know if I like that. Yeah. We're gonna go. What is this? We got a game plan. We'll say CD playbook. It may not even be an issue of individually running these, to be honest, because they may already be built enough. We got playbook, we got game plan, and coach is not built yet. Game plan, playbook, and auth. Okay, we already did it. And then there's gateway, which I'm pretty sure is already built too. And then either way, good enough. I'm not going to worry about it. If it ends up with the dot dot, I'm okay. Or not the dot dot, but the exit code 1. It says it's standard fare. I don't know if I want to create another. I thought it was going to build the XEs. I didn't know it was going to just build them into a common folder, which is fine, except why not just use the executables where they sit? Because I have all of my services have their executables. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right, so we got that up and running. Let's see what happens when I refresh this. Okay. I may have to stop this. It's probably going to blow up on me. Yeah, it's going to take 10 minutes to shut down. No, not 10 minutes, but it'll take too long. Got to sit here and wait for it, and then it'll give me another error. Hey, you got this error. Do you want to shut down? It's like, yes, I want to shut down. It's not a... It's like you can't shut down while it's got the error, but you can't get rid of the error without shutting down. So it's kind of weird. They give me the chicken and the egg thing. Nope, we're not going on. All right, let's just see about starting this guy back up here. We're gonna go get bash, Control C, npm run build, because it's a good idea. Make sure we don't have any actual errors. Failed because of blah. Fine. Where are we going? Play editor. Line 264. All right, so something's wrong here. So we got blah blah blah. If oh, all right. What? Maybe my actions need it. My action may not actually have all those things defined. It may have to have route action types. No, nope. Unless I have it down here somewhere. Play data. Route assignments. Oh, okay, wait a minute. What is this? Formation ID, play type ID. Oh, this is save play. That's not going to have it. Formatted routes for display. Well, it is local, so it must just be reading it off of it. So it should work, because we're just going to fetch the action. So unless my route action types is coming back as not complete, but I don't see why it wouldn't. Let's go look at my playbook data. Route action types. Yeah, see, it's not formatting it anyway. It just says get the data. So it should be fully there. There's no limitation that I can see. So, syntax, it is not the existence of that value that's causing me problems. We haven't gotten to that value, so that's not it. So we're putting these guys in. Base play type. And did I see data is... Oops. Base play type. Okay, so we're good there. So it's complaining about something else. Sorry, unclosed. All right. Oh, let's see here. Potential fixes, and this is the potential fix. It shows me absolutely everything on the field here. Everything. That's not helpful. Line 264 is showing an error. What is it saying? Expression expected. What? That's not an expression? Huh. gonna type out everything. Ugh. Why does it have to type out everything? I like it when it goes, change this piece of code, change this piece of code. Sometimes it'll do that. And other times, not so much. But it depends on what you're doing. I wish there'd be like times I can say, show me only code changes. And other times, show me the whole thing. I mean, it depends on what's going on. If it's rewriting the entire page, then show me the whole thing. But if it's only going to change like a line of code, 264 lines down, don't give me the first 263 lines. I don't want that. That's not helping me. All right, so oh. Huh. Interesting. So we're looking at action base play type equals filter, then we show it. That's kind of an interesting thing. So you can't use it directly. So you're doing this. You're basically giving it two conditions, and since this is what do you call it? I always forget what the term is. It's an operator that only if the first one passes do you get it. And I haven't done that much. Historically, I've just never really done it. So I do like the idea of it. I just have to get in the habit of doing that. Because historically, it's not really something I've done. I think it's an interesting... And the thing is, it's been doing it everywhere, right? So you think I'd catch on a little quicker. Because it does it up here, like it does if this is this, then this. You know, we just got to get past that first condition before the second condition happens. All right, let's see what happens. All right. npm run build. Assuming we can get this to compile up, load up, and maybe even save up. Yeah, I should probably call it anyway. So we're going to run this test real quick. And then if everything's good, I'm going to sign off for a bit. Go take care of my midday, try to work on things that might get me some employment and or finances. And then I'll be back this afternoon to continue working. I got to start making my field look a little bit more the part, though. Right now, it doesn't look the part. My newly cleaned up formations that are now legal. This is what they look like when they're legal. Nope, I gotta fix this. We're missing stuff because my formation thing here does not have space for all of the all the stuff. Because now that I've made them further apart, this grid's got to be able to support the further apartedness of it all. It doesn't have to be as wide as my other, but it does have to allow for a higher grid output. A wider grid output. So I think it's not formation layout. Is it formation selector? No, module is a CSS. Not layout. Situations play. Okay, which one of these guys is it? Oh, maybe it's just formations. Informations is calling this guy. Okay, so instead of being 13, I have to change that to 19 because that's what I went with. I don't think I'm in too much issue with my. Let's see if that's enough. Okay. Even though my grid I don't really want to change my container width. I just want them to be squished more. Just don't want them squished on top of each other. So these are nice. This is actually about what I want. Legally laid out. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Just making sure. QB, fullback, running back. Yeah. Looks good, actually. They look good there. They look terrible here. So we're still chopped off for whatever reason. Oh, I didn't set the center. That's what I did. Oh, I see what I did. I totally broke everything. I corrected the wrong values. Right, okay, so this should be a 19. And the center point of 19 is 10. There we go. Now everybody's back. It's a little cramped. My mid zone is not happily. Everybody's kind of like on top of each other, but not sure how to improve that. Short of making my grids wider. There's plenty of room for everybody in a wide grid like this. But anyway, all right, let's click on something. Safe play looks terrible, but let's go ahead and my route actions did not filter correctly, so we've got some issues still. No route actions? No route actions? Where's my route actions? Well, all right, so I got to stop. We're getting there. We got things loaded. We fixed my formation layouts. I put in a save play button. I put in code for filtering. Tried to fix my main.go load up. That's better, not perfect, but I don't know. I think it's not perfect because it still has an exit code, even though it's standard, normal, expected behavior. My formations could use a little work because they're kind of cramped in their little space right now. I could see maybe shrinking their width because there's no reason it has to be as tall, and then widening them and then having them just layer out. That's probably a better way because there's not going to actually be plays on them, so they don't need a lot of space. So making them wider and then stackable, so I can maybe get like maybe 4 across and 9 down, or 3 across and 3 down, something like that, to allow me to have similar space utilization. But because we're just picking the formations. That said, I need to also get my route actions to filter correctly, get the buttons to look less crappy. I mean, I guess they're not terrible, but they feel awkward. They're something's weird. I'll get to 'em. But that'll be this afternoon.